Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Blackbeard, the golden age of piracy using the solo rules. Actually, I think rule-wise I'm doing pretty much okay, to be honest. The only thing that I missed to, let's say, consider is that when Bartholomew Roberts here took this import activity, he was supposed to do a voluntarily debauchery and revelry. I forgot that. So let's put that token right next to the ship. So with his very first action, he will then get rid of that token. But apart from that, I seem to do okay. At least I didn't see any complaints whatsoever. So let's get started right into round 4. We have to draw 2 event cards. And here we found local resistance and debauchery and revelry. So pretty much 2 anti-piracy actions. I'm currently in this sea zone here in Central America, and there is one merchant waiting here. Of course, up north, basically in the West Caribbean, there are 3 more, but I think why not go for this guy here? So I think I will play my local resistance card for the actions here. So I have 2 actions. With my first action, I want to sail out of that port here. So let's see what the first pirate will do. Scurvy outbreak. Okay, this may be played against any pirate ship not in port. Yeah, okay, so basically the timing here says he will wait when I completed my move and then he will play the scurvy outbreak, apparently, because he could not play it while in port. And this means I get a scurvy marker right away. So the first thing that will happen is I will lose 1 point of crew loyalty, which is a really bad thing because I'm already down at 4. And each time I start a player turn, so not with each action, but each time I start a player turn, I would lose an additional crew loyalty point until I move into a port pretty much, and then I automatically get rid of that token. And I think with my second action, I have to sail into the port, to be honest. Doesn't really make sense otherwise, because again I would lose another point, then another point until I move back into harbor or into port, and no, I think I don't want to do that. So let's see what card he plays. A KC surprise. Okay, any pleasant play immediately after uses a warship card. No, we don't have a warship, so for the pirate player this is pretty much out of scope card. So let's just move into import to get rid of that scurvy token right away. Pretty lame turn. Then it's Benjamin Hornigold. I think he also had a pretty lame turn last turn because I think they were seasick as pirates. So let's see what his event card for that round will be. And here we have a disease outbreak. Okay, again, black is the first digit. Okay, that's 24. And this was incredibly close because the card says any governor, pirate and or hostage in that port dies, and 24 was pretty close to 23. Wow, we could have lost the game right away. We cannot die from a mutiny, but the solo rules do not speak about dying from a disease. So wow, pretty close. But unfortunately, we will lose another pro-pirate governor, so Mr. Collingwood here, so he will be out of the game as well. And yeah, good thing is we already have our letter of marque, so I think we should be good anyway. And yeah, this was his play immediately card. So let's see what his normal event card would be. Mutiny, conspiracy. Okay, in this case, no, of course, it's anti-pirate. So he will play it for this initiative rating. His initiative rating is a 3, so he will have 3 action this round. This isn't bad for him, to be honest. So let's see what he can do with that. And currently he's here in this transit box here. He could go back to the Gold Coast, but I think here are 3 merchants and he doesn't want to keep or leave those merchants for me alone. So I think he will totally move there. So with his first action, he will move here to South America. With his second action, he will move into the West Caribbean. And here I was wrong. Benjamin Hornigold only has an initiative rating of 2. So that's pretty much it. But still, I think for him, that's a good move to sail into the West Caribbean. Because, yeah, here are really a lot of merchants up north in the North Atlantic. There are 2 more. So overall, I think that was definitely a good decision for him. Okay, but that's the end of of his turn. Let's move over to Bartholomew Roberts. And that's his event card, new governors. So we will roll that twice. Again, I will do that off camera. The first anti-pirate governor will replace another anti-pirate governor. So Nelson will replace Hamilton here. But the second one will replace Webb here in Kilvar. Okay, that's definitely bad news for those guys because they just ran out of pro-pirate governors. That's the case. But of course he can still take his actions. So that's basically 2 actions. With his first action, he will get rid of the debauchery and revelry here. And with his second action, he will just move out into East Africa, see the sea zone. Okay, that was the turn of Bartholomew Roberts. Over to Henry Avery. And again, we see storms at sea. That's the sea zone 65. Which will affect the merchant up here in India. And I may have forgotten to respawn merchants. I just see that. Let me do some counting before I remove this guy. But no, we had exactly 8 merchants on the board. So with the next round, I will definitely spawn one more. But for now, this guy is removed from the board because of the storms at sea there. Okay, let's see what card he gets. Double cross. He also has an initiative rating of 2. So he has 2 actions now. With his first action, he would sail out of that port. And I think I messed this up because normally when an anti-pirate governor appears in a port where there are pirates, those pirates are immediately ousted. And I cannot really remember if they were in there when this guy was replaced. I think they were. So I think in theory he should have had more action because he would be out there. But yeah, I will not take it back for him, but I will definitely take it back or play it right for him. So he will be ousted, so immediately in the East African sea zone. The next thing I figured out is, and this is something when I check the card, because normally this governor replacement card is pretty obvious, but it's been mentioned that in the solo version of the game, you always ever replace 1 governor instead of 2. And I think the second governor I replaced at the start of this round or sometime this round was Hamilton here. So I think I will correct this so then those pirates have a chance to get a pro-pirate governor up there. The problem is in a Arab port, they will not be able to refit their ships. So Henry Avery will definitely not sail into that port. That much is clear. So I think with his 2 actions, he will sail to the transit box here. And with his second action, he will move to the Gold Coast. And there in the Gold Coast, we have a merchant, we have a pro-pirate governor, so everything is fine there. He can refit his ship and then during one of his next moves, move back up to Mocha because he still has that information about that port, so he can easily attack it. Okay, but this was the round. I'm really terribly sorry for all the mistakes I keep doing, but yeah, as I mentioned, there's a lot going on in this game. But nevertheless, moving to the next round, I will draw 1 card now. Wear and Tear, okay, we already know this one. It's an anti-pirate card. It would give me 2 action points. But as we only have 7 merchants on the board, I still have to redeploy one of those. So let's see where this guy goes. That's 15. So another merchant will appear here in Bath in the Central Atlantic. As I have to do some brokerage, I will play my warship siding card. So I have an initiative rating of 3, so I have 3 actions with this card. With my first card, I will move out of the port. So let's see what card they will play. Double cross. Play to inform against a pirate that is using a letter of marque to retire. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We are not retiring at this point in time. This was my first action. With the second action, I will try to find that the merchant here. Again, I will roll the die. I will add my ability of 4. So I'm looking for a 3 or more in order to find that ship. Yeah, that was good enough. Let's flip this. Okay, that's cool. That's a schooner. But still, they would be allowed to play a card against me. Pirate converts. Play to deploy any one of your retired pirates as a KC with combat. Okay, we don't have any retired pirates. That's pretty cool. So nothing else would happen here. And with my next and last action, I want to loot that schooner here. So again, they will draw a card, Debauchery and Revelry, play against any pirate in port. We are not in port. So we are totally fine. So let's do the looting here. I'm in Central America. I can add 2 to my roll. So let's see. Oh man, that's only a 3. Wow, 3 means 600 gold doubloons, but that's too low. We still will lose 1 crew loyalty port. I think it's really time to sail to a pirate port and pretty much trade in my goods there, because this will then give me 3 loyalty points when I get into Debauchery and Revelry. Okay, that was this. Of course, we had 2 notoriety points, and now we crossed that magic border. So as of the next round, the first anti-pirate player will try to send a King's Commissioner after me. And of course, I still get 600 gold doubloons, so in total that's 600 bucks. Not great, but of course we are still allowed to draw a hostage. So let's see what we get. And wow, here I found the governor's daughter with a value of 6. Yeah, I will totally keep her, that's for sure. And as I found her in a Spanish port, she will get a Spanish flag next to it, so I could ransom her in any Spanish harbor. Awesome. Okie dokie, then it's Benjamin Hornigold again. New governors, and this time I will play it right. So I will only replace 1 that's 16. But here we are okay, we are only replacing 1 anti-pirate governor with another anti-pirate governor. Overall, that's okay. Okay, let's see what card he gets. Warship Siding, so he gets 2 actions because of his initiative rating of 2. And I think with his first action he will try to find a merchant here. Before he does that, I think I will play a card against him. Wear and Tear, play against any pirate ship not in port, roll 1d6 and decrease the ship speed by half that amount. He's still a pretty fresh pirate, so he will be in the game considerably longer, so I think this may be a good idea to play against him, because let's say Bartholomew Roberts, he will be out relatively soon, I think, and he's fine right now. Oh, come on. Ugh. Rounding down. Oh man, pretty useless card pretty much. So yeah, rounding down is 0 in this case. Yeah, this was really unfortunate, but now he will try to find that merchant. He has an ability rating of 3, so he has to roll at least a 4 in order to find that merchant there. Yep, that's good enough. So let's see what he gets. Also another schooner. And yeah, I think I cannot play any more cards, and I also can only play 1 card against any pirate. And yeah, so I think with his second action he's going to loot that merchant up there. He's pretty much in the same column as I was, so here in the Caribbean he can add 2 to that result. That's also only a 1, so 3 it is. We know that result, that's 600 gold doubloons, but still he will lose 1 crew loyalty port, but he will get it back right away, because he will go into voluntarily Debauchery and Revelry, and yeah, he will get it back right away. But still, let's give him 600 gold doubloons. Keep in mind he only has a sloop, so he only has those 2 cargo holds. On top of this, he's allowed to get a hostage, so let's see what he gets. And here he found a local worth 3 information and 1 value. This is now really a tricky situation, because 3 information would pretty much reduce defense by 3 of Port Royal, and Port Royal is a relatively rich harbor. So I think I, as the player, having a Spanish letter of marque, I would totally go and try to torture that hostage there. But as Benjamin Hornigold was supposed to be a pretty nice fella, you see that here with a cruelty value of only 1, I think I want to play it somewhat thematic here. So on a roll 1 to 2, he will really try to torture that guy and get the information out of that dude. On a 3 to 6, he will keep that hostage and will ransom him in pretty much. So let's see what we roll here. That's a 2. Yeah. So he will definitely try to torture that poor fella here. So he will definitely die. That much is clear. But if he now rolls higher, and with a cruelty rating of 1, he can roll higher pretty easily, to be honest. He will also get the information about Port Royal. So that's pretty cool for him. And he will get notoriety points, of course. So let's see, that's a 4, that's certainly higher. So he gets 1 notoriety point because he was torturing this guy and because he was looting a schooner. He gets 2 more, so in total his notoriety value goes up to 3. Because he tortured that local, he just got 1 more point of crew loyalty. And of course I will have to mark down the information. That's B1, that's Port Royal, so 3 information points. So he will definitely go after Port Royal anytime soon because he's really a good chance taking out Port Royal, which is relatively rich, so he can really get a lot of money out there. And last but not least, he will go into voluntarily debauchery and revelry, which gives him yet another crew loyalty point. Then it's Bartholomew Roberts. So let's see what he gets. Storms at sea. So let's see where this happens. That's 34. And again, we are lucky as this is in the East Caribbean Sea Zone. Okay, let's see what card he gets. KC Surprise. Okay, he takes it for 2 actions. And I was really thinking a lot what he would be doing. And I think his idea will be to move here to India. And we'll try to take out one of those ports, most likely Calicut here, because it only has a defense of 7, but provides 2 dice worth of gold. He could also do that here in Mocha, but then he would pretty much take the advantage from Henry Avery. He has information about that harbor. So I think this will be his idea. So he will now announce a move into India, and I think I will let him move into the India region, but I will still try to deploy a KC. He has a notoriety value of 7. And the way how this works is now I will roll 3 dice, pretty much as my anti-pirate action. And if I would roll below that 7, I would be allowed to deploy a KC against Bartholomew Roberts. Not particular against him, but in this case, this will be the trigger. So let's see how well we will roll. And now I'm desperately asking for low numbers here. No, that's not good enough. That's 9, 12 points. So we will not be able to deploy a King's Commissioner against Bartholomew Roberts. And keep in mind, he became a problem for me. So he has 7 notoriety points, and so basically equaling 14 points, 7 more. He's about to take out one of those harbors, and those guys will retire when they have 30 or more, basically victory points in their stock. And he already has a letter of marque here, so he will be able to do that relatively soon. But yeah, I cannot do anything about it at this point in time, at least. So let's move Bartholomew up here to India, and with his next action he's going to attack Calicut here, a French port. The way how this works is you roll a die for that port, add the defense value to that, you roll a die for your pirate, add your combat rating including your heavy guns, your ability and whatnot, and whoever rolls higher is pretty much successful. The pirate has to roll higher than the port, and he takes 1 point of damage anyway, but I think in this case this really shouldn't be a big deal. It's pretty much 7 versus 13. No, there's nothing this port can do against that guy. He could have gone for Goa here, but he has a letter of marque, so he will not take this port out. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's definitely a no-brainer. So this port has been successfully attacked now, so it gets this port attacked token next to it. This means then when this port is attacked again, it will roll 2 dice. So I think it's really getting less interesting to get there. Now the pirate is allowed to roll 2 dice, so pretty much the value here, and multiply that result with 100. That's the amount of booty he gets from Calicut. So that's a 7, so pretty much 700 gold pieces. And this booty always takes up an entire cargo hold, so that's 700 here. He also gets notoriety points, twice the value of the port, so that's 4 points in total. So he went up to 11 notoriety points. That's 22 victory points alone from this here. And yeah, he gets one more crew loyalty point. He loses 1 point of combat. Yep, that's definitely important to keep in mind. And he will automatically placed into the harbor here. With his very next action, he could now try to sack that port, pretty much destroy. This gives him an additional 4 notoriety points, and 4 notoriety points are 8 victory points. So I think he may consider doing that, to be honest. But that's the end of his action. So let's move over to Henry Avery. New governors. Okay, we will roll once. And we rolled the 23. So Eden, our long trusted friend, is replaced by this anti-pirate governor. We still have a letter of marque, so we will still be able to treat those Spanish harbors like they were pro-pirate harbors. Again, I cannot build safe harbors there, but apart from that, I'm still doing okay there. Okay, let's draw his event card. It's a letter of marque for Henry Avery, so he will totally keep this card. Keep in mind, he will now draw his next card. So let's see, warship sighting. He has an initiative rating of 2, so he has 2 more actions. And he was going to go to a port anyway in order to refit his ship. So overall, that's pretty good timing for him, to be honest. But I think I still can do a anti-pirate action against this pirate, and he has a notoriety value of 6. It's not really high, but I can still try. No, I will not. No. I think I will keep my King's Commissioner for Bartholomew Roberts, who has now 11 notoriety points, 14 victory points of net worth. Overall, I think that's the more valuable target for my KC. So he will sail into Cormonti now. Yep, that's the case. This was his first action, and with his second action he will do an import activity, and as part of that import activity he will also trade in his letter of marque there. And as he is in a Dutch port, he gets a Dutch letter of marque now. He will also cash in his cargo pretty much, so it's now a net worth of 1,000, so pretty much 10 victory points in total here, plus 12 more there. So overall he's also doing extremely well, to be honest. Doesn't have any hostages whatsoever. He will not go for a safe harbor or whatnot, but he will definitely try to refit his ship. So let's see, he will roll a die and increase it. Wow, yeah, of course he rolls a 6 now, so that's 3 points. He can repair or refit his ship 1, 2 and 3. So overall back to his full health. This was perfect for him. And yeah, he cannot do a voluntarily debauchery and revelry, and as per the solo rules he will do that, and therefore he gets an additional crew loyalty point. Wow, those guys are really doing well. But yeah, apparently they're all doing this debauchery and revelry, which gives them a lot of crew loyalty point. And yeah, I had scurvy, and I think I had a lot of bad stuff happening, a mutiny, right? So no wonder I'm doing very poorly. Okay, that's pretty much the end of the round, and I think I will call it a day for now. Again, terribly sorry for all the mistakes I keep doing, but there's really a lot going on in this game, and a lot of little chits, little values, little tables here and there. So sorry again for messing things up. Again, I will try to repair everything as much as I can, but yeah, bear with me. Hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough of Blackbeard here, and hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.